I had troubles with U.S. Customs.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
I'm very aware of it, dude. Dude, that story is the craziest thing that ever happened to me. Like literally, that was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. I felt like I was in a movie.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so what happens basically, to make it short, like I don't want to bore you with like fucking,
The details.
but we came back from a music festival and it was me and my girlfriend was there. We were in Mexico and we traveled back from Mexico to the United States.
Yeah.
And
it was my third time, I think, entering the States. And they pulled us aside, talked to you first.
Yeah.
And the interrogation or the interview went, like the whole thing for me at least was like 26 hours, you know. And I had like 2-3 hour interviews and stuff. And the kind of like result was that they thought I worked as a male model in Los Angeles.
Honestly, I thought like if I saw you, I'd be like, yo, this dude's a porn star. You got the porn star vibe. Look at you. You have like the quintessential porn star starter kit. You know, you're like a European porn star who's gonna make it big in America. You like the Arnold Schwarzenegger of porn stars. You know, like you got the stash, you got the porn star glasses with the freaking Euro jacket. You know?
Yeah. But they had like no proof, and like they didn't want to see any kind of like evidence or whatever. They just kind of like, they broke me mentally, and then I left the country again. And I still love America, and I still want to come back at one point. For short periods of time. So there's nothing going on suspicious. I never worked there like as a male model.
Yeah.
I've never worked as a male model
How
at
about
all.
porn
not
star?
Even, like never. Yeah. Not even as a porn star. Nowhere on this planet actually.
You should.
But yeah, like I definitely want to go back at one point, even like with the recent kind of like invitation I got from you. I don't know if you want to publish that right now, but yeah.
No, we gotta make it happen. But just the level of like dickheadness.
Yes.
Is that a word? We're Germans. We can say whatever we want. No, but like we went to immigration, and I realized that whenever you talk to a U.S. immigration officer, they are trained to be absolute assholes.
Yeah.
Like it's unbelievable.
It's crazy. It's like a movie. It's like you're kind of like robbed the bank or something.
I was sitting down there and they were interrogating me. They were like, oh, what's the reason? Like, what was the relationship with Sergej and all this stuff? And I sat down on a chair, and these two dudes were towering over me. Yeah. And they were actually being rude to me. They were not polite at all. And they raised their voices. And I think they do it for a reason. I kind of get it, because they want to emotionally break you.
Yeah.
They want to make you cry so you confess to everything you did or didn't do. But I had nothing to hide, so I was just out like, guys, you fucking know me. You know what an alpha male I am. You know what a strong, dominant, self-sufficient, independent woman I am. Okay? So I was there and I was like, yo, this is my story. He's my friend. I got nothing to hide. And then they were like, hey, Mario, if this is the story you're telling us, we're now going to take your visa away from you, and you're never going to be able to come back to the United States of America.
And you got to know, he has a life going on there, you know? Like,
I have a girlfriend, I have an apartment, I have a career, not where I want it to be, but I have somewhat of a career, okay? I have a dog now. Oh. Like, what the fuck? And then they took my passport, and they sent me to a room for like 45, I was there maybe like 20, but for me, it felt like an hour. And I was in there, and they just told me, you can never come back to the US. And it's so weird how I operate. I'm not super emotional. I'm very pragmatic. Like I was literally like the most German response. I was like, okay, I cannot go back to America. What should I do next? I was like, should I move? And in my head, I was making looks at my phone on me. I was like, should I move to Berlin again? Should I move to Barcelona? Or should I move to the Philippines? Mm-hmm. These are my three options. I was like, I don't know if I go to the Philippines, it could be cheaper. I literally thought about this in my head. And while I was figuring out my new life with America not being in the picture, they came back and they gave me my passport back. And they were like, okay, it's very close, but you're good to go.
Yeah, I had the same kind of like mindset as you.
Yeah.
I went in there with the same kind of like mission. I tried to be as cooperative as possible, I had nothing to hide and all that, but I definitely had a different outcome than you.
Yeah.
But for me, just like advice to everyone, if you have troubles at whatever like custom you are in whatever country, like at one point you just gotta stop talking and talk to your embassy.
Yeah.
And this is what I did wrong. I didn't know about this. But they kind of like, as I said, they mentally broke me, and then they didn't want to see any evidence or whatever, and then they kicked me out of the country.
Yeah, and I saw people in there like crying and stuff.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like it's an intimidating fucking thing. And they're such dickheads. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man.
And that was a huge kind of like turning point in my life, because before that I traveled a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
You know that. And that kind of like confronted me with my lifestyle that I had going on
Yeah.
at that point. And this is why I'm like now in Germany and like working here and all that, because like I have a creative kind of like fulfilling job here now.
Yeah.
And like I acknowledge that this is my home, and like I travel a lot less since that, because it kind of like, I don't know, it was a weird experience for me.
Wild. Because I sometimes feel like these are like pivotal moments in your life, right? Because before that, we were just doing stuff. We were being creative together. And I
always like I love the States so much. I always had this like thought in the back of my mind to like, one day I want to move there. One day I want to live there. And now that's off the table for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, but I love how you took it. You just like, okay, let's take over Germany. You know? Let's invade Germany. It was cool. And sometimes, shit happens, and I don't believe in fate so much, but I'm glad that you're happy,
Yeah.
Because I would have felt awful if I fucking brought you to America.
Nah, man, that wasn't
your
fault. You
get rejected.
Man, like
That's not my fault, but still, like, and then you get rejected or something like that, and then you become a heroin addict full circle. You know what I mean? Or even worse than that, you become skinny or something like that. You lose your muscle. I was like, I don't want to be responsible for that, but you killing it. It's great.